Hey guys, it is Wednesday here in West Virginia, and it is time for us to do our Wagon Wednesday. As I mentioned yesterday, we have gotten a few wagons in finally, so we're doing the two Oldsmobiles today that we got, and we will be doing the Plymouth probably on Monday. Friday, we have some really cool Matchbox stuff to open. It's the Matchbox Moving Parts case C. So it's a pretty good case. It's all American cars. There's two Mopars, two GMs, and two Fords. So really cool. So anyways, today we're going to look at the Oldsmobiles, and the first one on the list, I was a little disappointed with the color. I kind of had a feeling it was going to be like this shade, but when I read it and it said gold, and then I looked at the 70s show description of theirs and it said gold. But when I looked at theirs, the gold looked more like a brown. And this gold looks more like a butterscotch color. It's a little more brownish than a taxi cab yellow, but it's definitely maybe it is kind of a gold butterscotch color, but not the gold that was on the 70s show Vista Cruiser. So there's one that is, I think, in a hitch and tow set. It comes on a little utility trailer, and it looks almost like the color of the 70s show one. Maybe a little bit off, but it's at least the same shade. It's probably maybe a little lighter, but the color tone, I should say, is the same. I'm still going to keep this guy. It's a cool one to have, and the price wasn't too bad. It was only like $5.95, something like that. And I ordered it because I had ordered 3 other wagons from this guy, so I wanted to get the most out of my shipping. So anyways, this one is from Series 3. So in Series 3, we had a 55 Chevy Nomad, a 55 Chevy 210 Handyman, a 70 Olds Vista Cruiser, a 72 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser, an 84 Ford LTD Limited, a Crown Victoria wagon, and an 85 Mercury Grand Marquis Colony Park. So some pretty cool ones and such. The 72 Olds, I'm not sure what color that was. There's a few of them out there. There's a dark red one, there's a blue one, and then I think there's a dark green one. There's almost as many of these Vista Cruisers from Greenlight as there are Kingswood Estate wagons of the 69 from Auto World. I know the Plymouth wagon, I've already got 6 variants of it, and there's still one on its way, and one that I'm kind of debating on to get or not is the Great Outdoors one. I like the color because it's almost like B5 blue, but they put holes in the roof for the stupid tent. I don't like them doing that with the cars. The Ram Charger I bought has the same problem, but because its roof lifts off, I could overlook it, and I could even swap it out with another roof from another Ram Charger. But the satellite wagon, I'm not that lucky with it. So let's get this guy out and take a look at him. Excuse me, guys. As I said, this is a cool one. It is, let's see, these are still numbered, which is kind of cool. This is number 5,345, so I'm taking it. They made at least 5,500, maybe more. And it has opening tailgate, which this one functions pretty good. I got a couple where they don't function too hot. I think the next Olds we're looking at doesn't have one that functions too well, or it was one of the Plymouths. Can't remember. And all these ones from the wagon, the estate wagons, come with hitches, which is really cool too, if you want to do some kind of hitch and tow setup of your own. And these wheels and tires are not too big on this one. They're not super wide. The width is pretty tolerable, and the hubcaps look pretty accurate looking at pictures of Vista Cruisers. They're not the best things to look at, but they're pretty accurate. The wood grain, everything about the wagon is accurate. That's what I like about these. They did a really nice job on them. And you can see the 70s, it has a different bumper than like the 72 that we looked at. The marker lights in the front bumper are a little different, but I did notice this one doesn't look like the bumper is seated in that good. But I looked and I can't really push on it anymore, and there's nothing in there to obstructing it. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. From front on, it looks okay. I'm not sure. It looks like this side may be out just a little bit more than the other side, but it's tolerable. It's not that noticeable, and you can only see one side at a time, and even from the front on perspective, it's not like hanging down or noticeable that it looks different. So it's pretty cool looking wagon. Even got the roof rack, just like the other rolls we unboxed of the 442 clone. That was a cool one. So anyways, we're moving along to our hobby exclusive one. And this is the 56th anniversary of the Indianapolis 500. And this is a 1972 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser, but it was cloned to make it look like the Hearst pace car from the event. And it's really cool. They got the ram air hood, the correct gold striping, the correct like off-white color, and it's got the gold Hearst wheels on it. But the wheels on this one are a little too big. They stick out a little. I don't really like that, but because they look very accurate with the design, I'm going to leave them alone. I'm not going to swap this one out. In most cases, I would swap it, but because of the wheels being accurate, I'm going to leave it alone for now. And yeah, as I said, it looks good, and there's nothing really else to look at on the package. On the back, it just tells you the winner, who was Mark Donahue, and he won at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in 1972. And he was also a terror in the Trans Am series back in that time too. So he did a lot of racing back in those days. So let's get this guy out and look at him. As I said, everything on the car is accurate to the two-door hardtop or convertible one that they use. The Hearst logo's back here on the quarter panel, the logo for the event, and telling you about the official pace car thing. And this is for the medical director, though. I don't know if the medical director one was actually painted up and done up like this. It would have been cool to see that, though. Like this thing being like one of their track ambulances to accompany the original pace car, the two-door coupe or convertible. I know they do make a cool ambulance. I'm actually I think I already ordered it. I have one coming. It's the Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser ambulance, which is pretty cool. And anyways, we'll unbox that whenever it gets here. But as I said, the wheels and tires on this one look a little bit big. The axle may be able to be trimmed a little, and the back of the wheel, the nipple, it already looks like it's flush with the back of the wheel. Sometimes those are an obstruction, and you can file them down a little bit, but that don't seem to be the case on this. You would actually, to get these wheels and tires to fit where they look pretty good and tuck them under the car, you would probably have to take your Dremel and start grinding away at the chassis and then cut the axle a little bit in the front and rear. But yeah, if I could find another Oldsmobile from Greenlight that has that style wheel, but narrower, I may try to swap it, but I don't think it's going to be any narrower. I think it's going to be just as big. That's the only downside about some of the Greenlight's earlier stuff. I know this is a newer release, the wagons, but the wheels and tires are not. These are early releases from their two-door hardtops. But still, a cool car, nice wagon to add to the collection, and its tailgate does function pretty good. As you can see, they even continued the racing stripes onto the tailgate, which is really cool. So, yeah, very nice piece. The only downside are the wheels and tires. And as I said, I will still take another shot at trying to find, maybe not an exact replica, but one closer than this to the 70s show wagon. But as I said, not a bad one to have. It's one of those ugly, common colors you've seen on family cars back in the 70s. So it's very suiting for the car. So anyways, guys, we'll be back again on Friday for a Free It Friday with the Matchbox Moving Parts KC. And then I'm not sure what we're doing over the weekend. I'll update you probably on Friday. So thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your week.